स्वागत। आज हम आयुष समृद्धि ज्ञान गंगा के 1778वें पायदान पर इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च इथिक्स सोसाइटी की ओर से हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। ये 1778वीं पायदान आप लोगों के आशीर्वाद, सहयोग, संकल्प और निर्देशन के आधार पर ही हम लोग अचीव कर पाए हैं। हम अपनी कृतज्ञता आप सभी के प्रति हार्दिक रूप से ज्ञापित करते हैं। मैं आज रिवर्स डे है, वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग रिवर्स डे। नदी एक ऐसी चीज है जिसने आज आधे भारत के मन में खौफ पैदा कर रखा है, भय पैदा कर रखा है। कई लोग विस्थापित हैं, कई लोग अपने घर में 6-6 फुट पानी घुसा हुआ देख रहे हैं। तो ये हुआ क्यों? जो हमें जीवनदायिनी है, जो हमें जलदायिनी है, जल माने प्राण, उनको हमने उनके रास्ते में ही अपने मकान बना लिए, उनकी डूब के एरिया में अपने मकान बना लिए। उनके बांध इतने बन गए कि अपने को खोलना पड़ते हैं, पहले हम स्टोर करते हैं। शासन की एक योजना बड़ी अच्छी आने वाली है या आई है, मैं इतना परिचित नहीं हूं। रिवर कनेक्शन की, जहां पानी नहीं है वहां ट्रांसफर करने की। यदि ये योजना सफल हो गई तो डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं हमारी आधी आबादी, ये विस्थापन, हर चीज खोना, आप कल्पना कीजिए नदी की वजह से कि नदी घर में चली आई और इसलिए हमारे सब डॉक्यूमेंट खत्म हो गए, इक्विपमेंट खत्म हो गए, सब कुछ जीने के साधन खत्म हो गए और विस्थापित की तरह दूसरी जगह रहना पड़ा। तो ये नदियों का विकराल रूप है। और यही नदियां ना हो तो हम भूखे मर जाएं, ये भी एक प्यासे और भूखे, तो ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी बात है। इनके बीच में समन्वय बनाना हम लोगों का काम है। हम डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी का सादर नमन करते हैं। वो एक प्रखर वक्ता हैं। मैं अग्निहोत्री सर को उनके स्वागत और आह्वान के लिए प्रार्थना करता
धन्यवाद प्रोफेसर Pangshamanji. Really, it's again our pleasure to welcome Dr. Shakat Kumar Basuji, and also we are all well known about his depth of knowledge and of course his sensitivity towards all the vital elements outside the body and inside the body, especially when it matters about the environment. Uh, Water comes first, and the main source of water is our rivers, which carries almost potable water, or else the greater sizable source of water is seas. But seas water is not potable; it's not drinkable water. So, river, when we observe the rivers day, very naturally it's a pleasure to see them as mother, Ganga Mata, Yamuna Mata, Triveni. So that carries something, some respect and some culture that we are supposed to adore them, we are supposed to keep them clean, and we are supposed to get our thirst quenched, and in the manner we are in position to see. Hardly it is unfortunate then when it is told before our 2021st Kumbh that Ganges water is not even means able to be used in for the Achaman Karma after Rishikesh. ऋषिकेश तक गंगा जी का जल शुद्ध है, पीने योग्य है। नीचे उतर के तो हरिद्वार तक ही ये कहते हैं, ऋषिकेश के बाद आचमन करने योग्य नहीं था। ये ओल्ड स्टोरी है, अभी इसमें अब 10 साल हो चुके हैं, तो अब काफी चेंज हुआ है। और उस हिसाब से गंगा जी की पवित्रता मानसिक है, लेकिन गंगा जी की स्वच्छता या उसकी जो अशुद्धि आ जाती है वो निश्चित रूप से रोगकारक हो सकती है। तो आज की चर्चा हमारे डॉक्टर शैकत बसु जी इस पर इन सभी बिंदुओं पर प्रकाश डालने के लिए हमारे मंच पर पधारे हुए हैं। उनका जैसे स्वागत भी करते हैं और उनको इनवाइट भी करते हैं। आदरणीय डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी,
हूँ। उनसे प्रार्थना भी करते हैं कि सुपर्णा जी को भी
जी
एक
जी
बार
जी
प्रार्थना कर
जी
लेते हैं।
हाँ, अपने वो आदरणीय मैडम सुपर्णा जी से, वर्धन जी से भी थोड़ा संपर्क करवा दीजिए, जिससे कि आपके बाद या आपसे पहले जैसी भी सिचुएशन बने वो भी अपना लेक्चर
हाँ हाँ आ जाएगी. Like she said she's traveling somewhere, so like she will connect. I will start, she will finish and connect. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharma ji. Thank you, Agnihotri ji. Once again, proud to be on the platform. What is the number of today's webinar? What number have we reached?
1778.
Oh my goodness, 1770. Thank you. I think we have made great progress in continuing this webinar, and one day we are definitely going to make a
Before
world
this,
record.
it was 1777. So I dreamed that it should be 7777 on coming years.
Oh, beautiful. It will happen. The way we are progressing, I think in next 2-3 years, this will be possible. I don't think it is impossible. But nonetheless, it is important to highlight that the situation of rivers, I start with a negative term, the situation and conditions of rivers in India is very, very bad, very, very bad. Over the past 5 years, I had the opportunity to visit the following states. I'm naming, like, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, UP, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, your Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. Other than Jammu and Kashmir and northeast of India, Haryana, I have had, like, various states that I had visited. I either traveled on train or plane or by roads and stuff, and I have crossed many bridges, like, whether it is Arpa River in Chhattisgarh or whether it is Musi River in what you call in Hyderabad. Everywhere you go, all the major rivers that you go, the health of the Indian rivers are deplorable. And this is, we may call it that some part of it is natural, but I would say a vast part of it is man-made, human, anthropogenic. We are responsible for such a bad situation of our rivers. And what is one of the most crucial, like, I'm not talking about the pollution though, like pollution is one thing, like, we are adding effluents, there are various factories and companies and stuff that operates across the river Ganges, across 3 different states, UP, Bihar, and West Bengal, as it flows into Bangladesh as Meghna. I'm not just talking about pollution that is happening on the river. Like, there are many municipalities that are, dumping the entire garbage into the Ganges without any effluent treatment. There are various, industrial growth that has happened with time. The coastline of Ganges on either side has been uploaded with so many factories, and many of them are, in the very toxic industries, chemical industries, and they are supposed to treat their water before it is released into the natural environment. But whether it is Central Pollution Control Board or the State Pollution Control Board, there is a very bad nexus between these companies and all these monitoring agencies. And I'm sad to say that this has led to the pollution of the river, not just Ganges, any major Krishna, Tungabhadra, Ganges, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, wherever you go, other than Brahmaputra so far, is in serious deplorable condition. The rivers in Northeast India, I haven't visited other than Assam in the very recent time. But from the reports that I see, it's still better. There are chemical pollutions and stuff, but still the flow of water is steady. But the flow of water, like if you go into North Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, all at Odisha adjoining areas, you will, as you are crossing over with the railway bridges or as you are driving over the bridges that connect the river on either side, it is devastating to see that the vast part of the river has dried out. So there are plants, like there are forests going on the rivers now because plants have seeds and stuff has accumulated. The bare sand has been exposed. No fish, no aquatic life, small puddle of water here and there. Only during the rainy season, when if the downfall is overpowering, as it is happening now, when the dams open their gates to release the water, the rivers are flooded, uploaded. Other than that, most of the year you cannot even, like, make a boat like pass through this part. Forget about fishing and other activities and stuff. Forget about the river ecology and things like that. Just the flow of water has died down. And even you will see that there are lots of accidents across rivers, like, people trying to take selfie is getting drowned, or a boat that got capsized and drowned and stuff. Is it always because of negligence? One of the biggest reasons for river-based accidents in India, whether on boats, steamer, or launches, is overloading. So if your capacity is to load 100, you are having 300 people coming onto the board. And if there is by chance a high tide or something like that, then things go bad. Or if the board is ruptured, or there is a hole at the bottom or something like that, the boat capsizes or the steamer capsizes, and there is loss of life, because not everyone knows how to swim. And deep in the middle of the rivers, where it is quite deep, like maybe 20-30 feet deep, with strong currents, it is not possible for people to easily cross back and reach to safety. And if you look into the boats and how they are crossed, depending on which states you are, you will see not only people crossing the boats. There are, mopeds, scooters, bikes, etc., cows, goats, sheep, camels. If it was possible, then people may have also carried elephants from one side to other. This is the one thing that I haven't seen, but I've seen people carrying camels on boats from one side to the other. So the situation, like, there is very little monitoring, surveillance from the part of the municipality and corporation, and all municipalities across the states or union territories. There is some level of corruption, and I would say that level of corruption is quite high. So just by paying money to the babus of the municipalities and corporation, you can evade being charged for the pollution that you are causing. And your untreated effluent is coming to the water. That same water is coming back to you through drinking sources for other purposes and stuff. So this is unimaginable. Agnihotriji mentioned a few minutes back about that. Yes, we revere the river as mother goddess. It is considered to be a part of our family. We do puja, we do aarti, but at the same time, like I have seen in Kolkata during the time of the Sagar Mela or the Kumbh, if you are going, particularly during the Sagar Mela, you will see hundreds and thousands of people are there who are coming from the rural belts. Although the governments have constructed many latrines and other facilities for pilgrims who are crossing the city of Calcutta to reach the holy site at the tip of Bay of Bengal at the Sagar Island, but a large number of them are still used to the open defecation. So they are defecating openly by that same Ganges that they are pujaing, that same Ganges they are worshipping. How could they do pee and poo and wash their face and throw this dirty water, washing off? There used to be washing off even scooters, taxis, what do you call those, lorries and trucks and everything. So as you are washing, they are draining the oils, mobiles, etc., all get into the oil. And this has significant impact on the aquatic life, on the various degradation of ecosystem, growth of toxic bacteria, fungi, aquatic fungi in the water that are detrimental. Many of them choke up oxygen. Many of them release toxins into the water. The growth, like in many times, our farmers apply synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. And through rain and irrigation water, a huge amount of them is drained and floods into the riverine system, freshwater system, or from the freshwater static system to the floating riverine system, impacting the aquatic ecosystem significantly. It changes the pH, it changes the biological oxygen demand, the chemical oxygen demand, the turbidity of water, the salinity of the water, the toxicity level changes, and there are growths of various toxic microbial life, including cyanobacteria that releases cyanotoxins into the water, which is detrimental to fish and various other living organisms. And based on fish, a large number of aquatic organisms are dependent. It's a part of their ecosystem. So and also there is a tremendous growth of aquatic vegetation because of the flowing of nutrients into the water. The aquatic vegetation serves like a weed, and it slows down the water. It also reduces the quality of water by the decaying and decomposing of plant material collecting at the bottom. And at the same time, this aerobic process of oxidation leads to less and less oxygen for the living organism. There needs, from time to time, you need to clean the water from huge amount of vegetative growth of aquatic plants to remove these aquatic weeds. And in many cases, these aquatic weeds could be used as manure in the agricultural fields after drying and processing them. But these happen only in very, very small cases. A vast majority of our riverine systems is thus getting choked by the abundant growth of excess weed aquatic vegetation due to the flow of nutrients, which means fertilizers, pesticides, etc., going into the water, helping the booming of the growth of this plant, cutting out sunlight, making that bottom anaerobic or less oxygenic, and choking and killing the fishes. Many times across India, you will hear about reports of fish dying in huge, large numbers. This is because of either some toxic pesticides, etc., getting into the water, or because of the release of toxin of harmful bacteria and cyanobacteria that is growing into the water and releasing toxins into the water that is killing the fishes in large number. So disruption of the eco riverine system has become significant, and also the traffic on the river system has also increased as our steamers and boats and other marine going vessels or riverine vessels are engineering technology for developing these vehicles are getting better and better, and it is getting cheaper and affordable. More such vehicles are being released into our riverine system for transportation of goods as well as passengers from one side of the river to the other. But many of these are not properly maintained. Many of them are extremely old, so they leak oil, mobiles, all kinds of chemicals, and people who live there also release that waste, kitchen waste and everything into the water. Some of the foods may be consumed by the animal, but we also take antibiotics. Like many of us get infection, get antibiotics. So through our stool, this antibiotic is reaching into the aquatic ecosystem, and this is being consumed by other animals. There are many organisms that depend on stools and other droppings into and decomposing material. And through the process of biomagnification, as it is reaching higher in the ecosystem, like fishes and the birds that are dependent on fishes, we are getting very significant impact on their lifestyle. Many are dying, many are become severely antibiotic resistance, and when they are having infection, if they are treated under veterinary conditions, we are finding that they are not doing very good. Sometimes even cattle that spend significant amount of time beside the river, or they're swimming in the water, or they're swamping like the buffalo and stuff, if these toxins are being released and accumulating in large numbers in the riverine system, these cause significant impact in causing the death and decay of this organism. But one of the biggest challenge that I think I have seen and that no one is paying attention is the the removal of sand from the river bottom. This is changing the course of the rivers. This is causing turbulence in the river. This is causing holes and ruptures in the river, creating pressure points, turbulence. And as you could see, like many places where there has been no accidents before, fishermen going there is getting into those vortex and turbulences because of this continuous removal of sand, stones, and various other resources. In many states, I have seen that these sand harvested from the river is occurring at an industrial scale. Hundreds and thousands of truckloads are coming into the riverbed during summer when the water level is low, and they are collecting 1,000 quintals of sand, and then they are being transported. So it is damaging the river surface, it is damaging the unique fish habitats, and it is also causing trouble in changing the course and speed of the river. We simply do not understand, by upturning the sand and upturning the bottom of the river, we do significant damages to the riverine ecosystem. And this is causing significant challenges and problem down the line. So all these significant factors have added and made our rivers unsafe, predominantly toxic, and also undergoing severe ecological degradation, geological degradation because of this uplifting of sand by the sand mafia. And unfortunately, this is happening across all the states. The central government and the state governments have done very little. Ornamental steps has been taken because many of these goons who are taking out this sand provide money to the ruling political parties and stuff. So there is a well settlement and arrangement with the police and the lawmakers, local panchayats, through which the river flows and stuff. And everybody gets share of this big business. Who is the loser? The river is the loser. But by making our river degraded so severely, either with pollution or through sand mafias or through proper degradation, we are only making our life vulnerable. And who will suffer? The poorest of the poor of the people will suffer. There will be flooding at one point of time, unprecedented flood, unprecedented vortex, making transportation challenging and difficult. Accidents may increase, and degradation and destruction of the aquatic ecosystem. So these has been several important factors that has been impacting our rivers very, very drastically. I conclude my presentation here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I do see that Madam has also joined. She must have been able to get back from the transportation that she was availing. So thank you very much, Sharmaji, Agnihotriji. Thanks so much to Ayush Samriddhi for inviting me once again to the platform. And I pass it on to Agnihotriji once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Sakarji, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
नहीं, आपका माथा म्यूजियम में रखना पड़ेगा जी।
नहीं।
गजब 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 गुरु गजब।
थैंक यू।
ये
मैडम भी ज्वाइन कर गई है।
आपकी सूचना के लिए बता दूं कि मैं आपके क्षेत्र में हूँ, कलकत्ता में।
कलकत्ता है आप? हाँ। ओह, वेरी वेरी गुड, वेरी वेरी गुड।
कब मिलेंगे, यदि मौका मिलेगा तो
हम फोन करके आपसे टाइम सेट कर लेंगे। वेरी गुड, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर इन्फॉर्मिंग मी।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। अग्निहोत्री सर
जी, वो तो बहुत, इट्स ए ग्रेट, एंड as far as his brain is to be kept in museum, I wish him a everlasting life, so that that brain should be in his body there itself, and we would like to enjoy as long our lives are there. Because instead of keeping there, that will be a very different issue. So thank you so much, Dr. Sakil Basuji. Really, it is always eye-opening and always sweet to listen from you. Thank you. Now, if Madam is comfortable, we would like to invite her, Dr. Suparna Chanal Mukherjee ji is with us. Yes, ma'am. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Very good evening. Thank you for bothering me because I couldn't attend in that time. So it is very good to allow me and give me the opportunity to this AYUSH SAMRIDDHI platform to Samriddhi ourselves in the knowledge and courage. So basically, today's topic is also very interesting. And I should convey my best regards and gratitude to the AYUSH SAMRIDDHI platform. That's AYUSH SAMRIDDHI is incorporating so many types of new approaches on this platform to serve for all. So first of all, I can say that the river of India, which plays a significant role in the life of the human being, at the same time, the nature and natural resources. The rivers are playing a very important role for the sustainable development of the life, because we have seen every civilization has established this the way of the river, the side of the river. So in that case, the river system provides irrigation, drinking water, emotion and transportation, power, as well as the grant livelihood to a large number of population, which strengthened by this flowing of the river. And this which is demonstrate the major cities, the India, which have been established the side of the rivers. In all the cases, if we can see it, will find it out, the all the from the civilization, Indus Valley civilization to the civilization, everything is just sides of the river. So there is the various rivers which is flowing in the India. The most of the rivers discharge their waters into the Bay of Bengal. Some of rivers flow through the western part of the country and merge into the Arabian Sea, and northern parts of the Aravalli Range, and some parts of Ladakh and the arid range of the arid range, especially the Ladakh arid range. At the same time, the desert rivers which has been fall into the Arabian Sea, and the others also fall in the Bay of Bengal. Now, if we can identify the rivers of the India, it may be formed in the three formation. Number one, the Himalaya and Karakoram range, the Chotanagpur Plateau, and the Western Ghats. These are the Chotanagpur Plateaus is also the Vinda and Satpura range. That is also the formation of the river, and the Western Ghats. These the major rivers are forming on these parts, these three parts of the sites where the rivers has been formed. So if we can see the rivers also, there is the Indus river system, Brahmaputra river system, Ganga river system, Yamuna river system, Narmada river system, Tapti river system, Godavari river system, and we can also see that the Krishna river system, the Kaveri river system, and the Mahanadi river system. These all the rivers we have seen the civilization is the concern. Those rivers are also very important, which can help to develop the civilization, and the people are resided just beside of this and the metropolitan cities. At the same time, the urbanization has formed by the sides of this river. So Indus River, especially, it is the best length according to the length, and the length is 3,180 kilometers. The Brahmaputra 2,900 kilometers. Ganga River is also 2,510 kilometers, and Yamuna is just below this Ganga, that is the 1,376 kilometer, and Narmada also the 1,312 kilometers. Then the Tapti is 724 kilometers, and if we can look back to this Krishna River. Krishna River is the southern side, that is the 1,400 and 1,400 kilometers, and the Kaveri is 805, and the Mahanadi is 851 kilometers is the length. If the Indus civilization, if we can see the major river system, which is the first, depending upon the Indus river system, we can see it and we can emphasize on it. It has a large number of tributaries in the both India and Pakistan, and has a total length, which I have mentioned right at this moment, 2,897 kilometers from source of the point near Karachi, where it falls into the Arabian Sea, out of which approximately 700 kilometers lies in India. The enters India territory in Jammu and Kashmir by forming a picturesque, gorgeous, and blooming and the glittering sides of this river, especially the Indus River. And the Kashmir region, it joins with the many tributaries, the Jashkar, the Soak, the Nabra, the Hanj. So these are also forming, and they are it flows between Ladakh range and Jashkar range also. Then, if we can look back to this, the Brahmaputra river is also forming from this. They are also flowing from the outsides of India. This flows parallel to the Himalayas in the easternward direction. When it reaches to the Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn around it and enters India in the state of the Arunachal Pradesh. And this river is also flowing and giving us the Brahmaputra has a braided channel throughout most of the length in Assam. So this river is also known as the, especially the in Tibet, Tasangopo. Tasangopo river, they have, they according to their colloquial name, they have to call the Brahmaputra. And Brahmaputra is a so lengthy river, and it has slit in the Tibet region also. But in India, the river passes through a region of heavy participation of such river carries large amount of this water, and during rainfall and the significant amount of scent, it has been observed in the Brahmaputra river system. And it is very important for us, the Ganga river. Ganga has its own identity, and Ganga Yal or Ganga water, which we use for our puja, which is we use for our every aspect, ritual, socio-cultural life. It is very important. The Ganga has the separate identity and value to our life. The Ganga originates as a Bhagirathi from the Gangotri glacier before it reaches Devprayag in the Garhwal region or Garhwal division, the Mandakini, Pindar, and the Dhuli Ganga, and the other Salkananda, then Bhagirathi, they have mixed with each other, and they form this Ganga river flows and it reach to the Bay of Bengal. So it has been identified the Ganga river as the five main prayag. That is the Vishnu prayag, then the Narmada prayag, then the Karmaprayag, then the Rudraprayag and Devprayag. These are also the point where the Ganga is mixing with the other rivers, like the Vishnuprayag, it's mixed with the Alkananda and Dhauli Ganga, and the Nandaprayag, it's mixed with the Alkananda and Nandakini, and the Karnaprayag, it's river Alkananda meets with the Pinder, and the Rudraprayag, this river Alkananda meets with the Mandakini, and Devprayag, where river Alkananda meets with the Bhagirathi, the Ganga. So Ganga is a very important and which is bearing the very ritualistic parts. Ganga Arati is also increasing the emphasize our day-to-day life aspiration, where we can get and we think that there is no kind of curse, no kind of sin. Whatever we have done, if we can take bath in the Ganga, so it also will be demolished. Just because Ganga river has a flow, that flow is the current, the river current is very important. And at present, the Calcutta also prove a very significant role, because the metro railway has started operating under the Ganga river. So it is a very important step forwardness for the science and technology. There is also the Yamuna River. We used to say that Yamuna River is the blue water river, because Yamuna River is the largest tributary to the Ganga River and originates from the Yamunotri Glacier at the Yamunotri Glacier time as in Uttarakhand. And the main tributaries joining the river include the Sindh, Hindon, Betwa, and this then the Chambal regions. The tones of the largest tributary of this Yamuna is mixing with this other parts of the Indian territory, and this Yamuna river has a other sensation, because Yamuna and Yamuna both are the twins rivers. We considered that if we can take bath in the Yamuna, so Yamuna will give you the all purification of your life and the potentiality, whatever we gain, you can take bath in the Yamuna. The Narmada River is also very important, because the origination of Narmada River located in the central India. It rises the summit of the Amarkantak Hill and Madhya Pradesh state. This Amarkantak Hills is very important for the Hindu pilgrims. They used to visit this Amarkantak, and the origination of the Narmada River. And moreover, which is very important for that, we used to worship the Shalgam Shila. That is, we considered in our life that Shalgam Shila is the part of the Krishna. So when the Shalgam Shila is forming, it's formed in the Narmada, the origination part of the Narmada, and it is a natural beauty, it is a natural phenomenon. This Shalgam Shila is also the creation of the god, we can say the natural creation, where we will find, especially the Brahmins, there the caste and color who are worshipping this Shalgam Shila. There you will find the head, you will find the eyes, you will find the Janam, which is called the holy thread. At the same time, you will get the Navi, that is called the where we can originate it from. The middle point, it is also present. This, at the same time, the Tapti River has its own identity. Tapti River is very important for this river basin which is formed, and it has been western to northern districts, Maharashtra state. It has falls in the Arabian Sea. And then the Godavari. Godavari is also is a river often referred as the Dakshin Ganga, or the you can say the old Ganga, because it's full of falls and flows from these parts where it has been touched the Ganga and separated from this Ganga, and go to the just as the South Indian. And this Ganga, Godavari has their own identity, and there are several civilization has formed in this Godavari side of the Godavari. And the Krishna River is also very important. It's also formation in this Maharashtra, Mahabaleshwar, goes to the longest river in case of this the south side. And the Kaveri too has a best important and most important parts of this Kaveri, which is drains into the Bay of Bengal, that the river supports irrigation for this agriculture and considered as a means of support for the ancient kingdoms and modern cities of South India. And there's the Mahanadi. The Mahanadi, it is flows in the Odisha. Odisha is also established all over the sites of this Mahanadi. We can find it out that the several cities and civilization has formed in this site of this Mahariver. So these are the the rivers, formation of rivers and their importance. It's very good for us to know the rivers, and we should worship this river just because of we needed those rivers, because nowadays it has been observed that there is no water is there, and this rainwater is very less. That's why we cannot get the water for this civilization, because we have built the civilization has built up, but we are not taking care of the rivers which is needed for this Ganga Arati. We are doing every day, every time. It is the part of our life, part of our rituals, part of our daily sustenance livelihood matter. But at the same time, we should take care of this Ganga, because there is a few parts where there is no water. There's the drainage system should be controlled. There is no drainage system should go to the Ganga river directly. So that's why it's become the waste water enter into the Ganga, and this Ganga is polluting, because so many types of milks. Then when the Chhat puja is going on, that time they gives the all types of milks and everything. But we are polluting Ganga, because we needed Ganga. We should not pollute all the rivers, because those rivers are giving us the sustainability. Those rivers is giving us the economic structure. Those rivers is giving developed our socio-cultural, socio-economic, techno-economic, and the same time the socio-religious life, which is very important for us, because those rivers is giving us the inspiration for the future orientation, because we have done everything all the just beside of the river, because this flow is giving you the flow in life. This flow, the river flow, is the very important for our life. So we need it river. And Ayush Samriddhi is a platform where the Ayush can develop, because there are so many bacteria demolished in the current of this river. So it is very important, because an ancient time there are several rajas, rishi, there is the all the gurus. They are taking bath in the Ganga or Yamuna or this Tapti, whatever, Godavari. But they used to say that if you can take bath in the river, so you can purify yourself. That means that there should not be any kind of germs will attack you, because one bath is giving you the most potentiality of your life, because you will be free from the bacteria and viruses. But at the same time, if we can take bath in the nowadays, because you will get infected by this bacteria and viruses. So this is the time we have to reorient it. We have to regenerate those rivers, because those rivers are very important for our everyday life and every possibilities and probabilities. So thank you very much. Thanks for giving me such an opportunity to say something on this Irish platform. Thanks a lot.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैडम, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आप लोग इतना ज्ञान कहाँ से लाते हैं, भगवान मालिक। जय हो, भगवान करे आपका ज्ञान बढ़ता रहे और बढ़ता रहे। जय हो अग्निहोत्री सर।
कलकत्ता, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद शर्मा जी। कलकत्ता में बैठ के भारत की सभी नदियों की लंबाई किलोमीटर्स में बतला दी। मतलब हाउ प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड एंड ग्रेट कलेक्शन। और ये जो सैड पार्ट है वो सच्चाई है कि हम लोगों ने इतनी जीवनदायिनी और पाप नाशनी और हर तरीके से इतना श्रेष्ठ जल, जिसको कि कहते हैं भगवान विष्णु के पैर के अंगूठे से निकली हैं, और भगवान विष्णु जी की कारण इतना मान है उनका, और शंकर जी ने अपनी जटाओं में बिठाया, और उसके बाद वो भी भगीरथ के प्रयत्न के द्वारा ये पृथ्वी पर आ पाई, और आज विश्व को उनके दर्शन करने को मिलते हैं, जो भी कोई भारत में आता है। और हम लोग तो गदगद हैं ही हरिद्वार में रहते हुए। लेकिन जो मैन मेड मिस्टेक्स के कारण आज स्थिति ये हो गई है, तो उस पर फिर इंद्र भगवान भी कुपित होते हैं, और फिर जब ओवर और एक्सेस रेनिंग होने के कारण फिर फ्लड भी आते हैं, और फ्लड का कारण इनडिस्क्रिमिनेटली डिवास्टेटिंग हुई है, जो जो कटिंग हुई है उसकी वजह से। तो कुल मिला के हमें अपने आप से गंदी नहीं करनी। इतने अभियान, नमामि गंगे, गंगा स्वच्छता अभियान, भारतीय नदियां अभियान चल रहा है, लेकिन sometimes we feel that we are at the same place from where we started as far as the rivers cleaning is concerned. तो बड़ा कष्ट होता है। और जो प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी बतला रहे थे, कहा एक योजना मिसेस गांधी जी के टाइम चलाई गई थी कि वो गंगा चतुर्भुज योजना, जिसमें कुछ ऐसा कहा गया था कि मिसेस गांधी ने कि गंगा जी का जल साउथ तक पहुंचाएंगे, एक नदी से दूसरी नदी को जोड़ते हुए। ऐसा कुछ मैं याद आ रहा है, अब तो 40 साल पहले की बात, 40 साल तुमको गए हुए हो गया। और उसके बाद कम से कम जो राजस्थान में इंदिरा नहर आई, उसमें इतना काम तो हुआ कि स्केर्सिटी ऑफ वाटर थी वो टू सम एक्सटेंट, जो रेगिस्तान कहलाता था राजस्थान, वो आज हरियाली से भर गया है और अच्छा होता है, और बारिश भी वहां पर कायदे से होने लगी है। अब रेन वाटर जो स्टोरेज की बात आती है, उसमें उत्तराखंड में बहुत ज्यादा प्रोजेक्ट चल रही हैं। और स्वजल योजना है, हर घर जल हर घर नल की योजना भी है। रिवर्स को भी सबसे बड़ा पानी का स्रोत मानते हुए, पोर्टेबल वाटर का सोर्स मानते हुए, हमें उनकी इज्जत करना चाहिए, आदर करना चाहिए। और उनमें जैसा कि आप सबने कहा, शेखर साहब ने भी कहा कि उसमें लॉरी धोते हैं, जूते धो लेते हैं। खैर जानवर तो नासमझ है, वो डॉगी वगैरह चले आते हैं, तैरने लगते, जो वहाँ रहते हैं, माने उनके शोर साइड्स में रहते हैं, रिवर साइड रहते हैं। लेकिन अदरवाइज हमें मतलब गंदगी करना, थूकना, इवन जो रस्टेड अपने फ्लावर्स वगैरह भी हैं वो भी नहीं बहाना चाहिए। हवन के एशेज वगैरह भी उसके साइड में डाल सकते हैं, पेड़ों के पौधों के जड़ में डाल सकते हैं, वहाँ पर क्यारी में। तो बहुत कुछ है जो मैन मेड सोल्यूशंस भी हैं जो किए जा सकते हैं। गंगा जी में लोग लगा के, पाइप डाल के, पंप लगा के, और ऊपर ला के पानी, कई बार म्यूनिसिपैलिटी की जरूरत पड़ती है तो वाटर टैंकर्स को भर के, और जहाँ पर स्केर्सिटी ऑफ वाटर होती है वहां ही पहुंचाते हैं। हमारा ये फायदा है कि गंजेस हैं तो कम से कम पानी की व्यवस्था हो जाती है। लेकिन हमारा जो जो क्राइसिस ऑफ पॉइंट है वो यही है कि हमें उनको नीट एंड क्लीन रखना है, साफ स्वच्छता में हमें भाग लेना है, जिससे कि हम वो जीवनदायिनी बन सके, और जो हमारे पंच महाभौतिक शरीर का जो एक पार्ट जल है, उसकी आपूर्ति प्राकृतिक जल के द्वारा होती रहे। बहुत बहुत आपका आभार, बहुत धन्यवाद है। हम अपने सभी आज की वेबिनार में जुड़े हुए सभी अपने मनीषियों का बहुत स्वागत करते हैं, बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। और हमारे अतिथि वक्ताओं का प्रेजेंटेशन आ गया है। ओपन सेशन के लिए डॉक्टर निशांत शुक्ला साहब हैं, अगर वो अपनी साबरमती नदी को लेके कुछ कहना चाहें। वो भी बहुत ही विशालकाय नदी है, बहुत लंबे रूट को कवर करती है। स्वागत है आपका प्रोफेसर निशांत शुक्ला जी। नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। गुजरात की इम्पोर्टेंट नदियों में सबसे पहले नर्मदा, उसके बाद तापी, उसके बाद साबरमती, फिर वात्रक और विश्वामित्री। ये 5 गुजरात में सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नदियां हैं। इनमें से सबसे ज्यादा अगर बहती है गुजरात में वो है साबरमती। ये नॉर्थ टू साउथ को कवर करती है, और बाकी सभी जो है ये वेस्ट साइड की ओर जो है ये जाती है। नर्मदा मध्य प्रदेश से शुरू होकर के गुजरात में वेस्ट में जो है ये जाती है। तो अभी तो गुजरात में दो एक प्रोसेस माइग्रेशन, सॉरी, क्लबिंग ऑफ द रिवर्स का हुआ है। तो साबरमती पर डैम कंस्ट्रक्शन हो जाने के बाद साबरमती बारामासी नदी के रूप में अहमदाबाद और उसके बाद खंभात तक नहीं थी, पर नर्मदा डैम के बाद सरदार सरोवर जो नर्मदा रिवर पर आखिरी बांध है, उसके बाद उसका पानी अलग अलग जगह पर बेच करके सभी नदियों को क्लब इंटरलिंक कर दिया गया है। और इसके कारण साबरमती में पूरे साल लगभग पानी रहता है। दिस इज द बिगेस्ट अचीवमेंट। सेकेंडली, जो आपने अभी इंदिरा नहर की बारे में बताया, वही जो है गुजरात में भी शुरू हुआ है। सरदार सरोवर नर्मदा डैम का काम करीब करीब खत्म हो चुका, और उसकी जो है ये सब्सिडीज जो कनाल चैनल है वो अब कच्छ तक पहुंच गई है, सौराष्ट्र तक पहुंच गई है, और नर्मदा का पानी अब हर एक जिले में, डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ये मिल रहा है, कच्छ के सुदूर इलाकों में भी। इसके कारण वेजिटेशन का भी जो है ये फायदा हुआ है। अभी नेचुरल रेन तो वहां पर नहीं हुआ है, पर कच्छ बड़ा हिस्सा आज जो है वो एग्रीकल्चर के रूप में ये फिर से जो है डेवलप होना शुरू हो चुका है। दिस इज फ्रॉम माय साइड, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सो मच शुक्ला साहब। हमारे आज के प्लेटफॉर्म पर उपस्थित लोगों में से बड़ी खुशी है कि दोनों ही गुजरात से हैं। अब हम अपने आदरणीय अमरीश अमरलाल शाह साहब से निवेदन करेंगे कि वो आशीर्वचन और क्लोजिंग रिमार्क के तौर पर जो शुक्ला साहब ने छोड़ दिया हो, या उससे और आगे जाके या दूसरे प्रांत का भी नदियों से संबंधित चर्चा में जहां उनको सहूलियत हो, जहां उनको कंफर्टेबल हो, वो अपना विचार रखने की कृपा करें। स्वागत है आपका। नमस्कार।
स्वागत है सर, सबका स्वागत है, सबको नमस्कार है। मेरा जो स्मरण है सर, तो जब मैं अहमदाबाद में ही बड़ा हुआ हूँ, जब छोटा था मेरा जो घर था साबरमती नदी के किनारे पे ही था, और हम वहाँ खेलने जाते थे। उस टाइम पानी था, बीच में कुछ समय ऐसा आ गया कि बिल्कुल पानी वहाँ था ही नहीं। जब नर्मदा योजना हो गई, और शायद आपने सब लोगों ने रिवर फ्रंट तो अहमदाबाद का देखा होगा, और जब अहमदाबाद का रिवर फ्रंट हो गया तो 12 मास साबरमती नदी में पानी रहता है, और इससे अहमदाबाद में काफी फर्क पड़ गया है। एक तो घूमने का सब लोगों को घूमने के लिए जगह मिल गई है, बाग बगीचे बन गए हैं, वहाँ म्यूजियम भी बन गए, वहाँ इवेंट पार्क भी बन गए हैं, तो ये सब बन गए हैं। तो मैं सोचता हूँ कि जो पूरे इंडिया में शायद फर्स्ट टाइम रिवर फ्रंट अहमदाबाद में बना है, और उसका जो थीम थी वो अपने आदरणीय बड़ा प्रधान नरेंद्र मोदी जी की थी। तो पूरे देश में नदियों के किनारे ऐसे जो रिवर फ्रंट जैसे वो बन जाए तो शायद काफी सब तरह के सुधार हो सकते हैं, और एक मनोरंजन के भी मिल जाते हैं, खाने पीने का भी मिल जाता है, घूमने का भी मिल जाते हैं, और साथ ही साथ में नदी में से जो डैम बनते हैं उससे पूरे प्रदेश को और दूसरे प्रदेश को पानी भी मिलता है। तो ये मैं ज्यादा तो अहमदाबाद का ही आपको बताऊंगा, क्योंकि रिवर फ्रंट तो हम घूमने बार बार जाते हैं और हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है। आप भी अहमदाबाद आइए और रिवर फ्रंट में जरूर आइए। सबको मैं आमंत्रण देता हूँ, अहमदाबाद आइए और अपना रिवर फ्रंट खास तौर से देखिए, बहुत मजे की जगह है, और पूरा 20 किलोमीटर में है। इसकी लंबाई 20 किलोमीटर है, और रोड भी है, पार्किंग भी है, सब है। और तो आप सब लोग कभी भी अहमदाबाद आए तो रिवर फ्रंट की मुलाकात खास लीजिए। बोटिंग भी होता है, सब होता है, वहाँ होटल भी है, वहाँ नदी नदी के अंदर होटल भी बनाई हुई है, वो सब बना हुआ है। तो बस इतना कह के मैं आपको अपनी वाणी को विराम करता हूँ। और
आपके विचारों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और आपके आमंत्रण का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ये तो वो वाली बात हो गई, कुछ दिन तो बिताइए गुजरात में, तो उसका अगला हो गया कुछ दिन तो बिताइए अहमदाबाद में। बहुत 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 आपका आभार। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ में हम अपने आज के दोनों ही वेबिनार्स के सभी आदरणीय अतिथि वक्ताओं का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। हमारी प्रथम वेबिनार जो कि अल्जाइमर्स के डे के नाते बनाई गई थी, उसमें हमारे आदरणीय वक्ताओं में प्रोफेसर निशांत शुक्ला जी, प्रोफेसर वी डी अग्रवाल साहब, प्रोफेसर एस पी त्रिपाठी साहब, प्रोफेसर पवन कुमार शर्मा जी, सभी लोगों ने अपने अच्छे से विचार रखे और उस निष्कर्ष पे पहुंचाया कि हम तारतम्यता को न जोड़े, हम किसी से पार न करें, या हम वो न खींचे कि वो है तो उसी को उतना माने, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के आधार पर। और बढ़ती हुई उम्र के कारण शरीर में आने वाले परिवर्तन, हमारी इंद्रियां शिथिल होने लगती हैं। दशरथ जी की भी होने लगी थी, तो वो होता है, उसमें उसमें मेडिकल साइंसेस से कोई लड़ाई वाली बात नहीं है, उससे हम बहुत अधिक स्ट्रगल नहीं कर सकते हैं। जैसा आता है साथ में उसको देखना पड़ता है, निभाना पड़ता है। अपने रोटेरियन मित्र डॉक्टर आलोक शर्मा साहब का भी हम, और अमृत साहब का भी, सबका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। और दूसरी बिना पुनः एक बार अपने डॉक्टर शेखर बसु जी का, डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सन्याल मुखर्जी जी का, और प्रोफेसर निशांत शुक्ला जी और हमारे शाह साहब ने जो डिस्कशन में भाग लिया, हम आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभार करते हैं। इस आशा के साथ में आप आगे भी हमें अपना ऐसे ही समयदान, अनुभवदान और का सहयोग देते रहेंगे। आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभार है। इन्हीं शर्तों के साथ अपने सबको नमस्कार, प्रणाम, शुभ रात्रि, और टू प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी।
शुभ रात्रि। बहुत बहुत आभार सर,
शुभ रात्रि।
सभी का बहुत बहुत